found her exactly where the Radiant One pointed us. That's a big fish.
Condition.
Better than expected. The Yason M class. It's massive. The metal and interior are perfectly preserved.
Radiance reserve?
Almost all the light has abandoned her long ago, just like her children.
But
one of them didn't have time to fly away, got stuck in the nest. With this catch, we will have enough resources to establish a new base in the south. All that matters is that the sky lets you back in, and lets us in along with you. We'll have to walk a little bit. We'll get the line there soon, a day tops. Just look at it. It's so beautiful. Now her spirit shines upon us from the sky. That's a good sign.
soon I will come and reclaim what has been taken from me.
Mentor! The Council gave their approval for the expedition. Should I announce the gathering?
Do it.
Mentor, please do not take it as impudence. Allow me to look into the eyes of the Radiant One once again.
Of course. After all, you have earned it.
Many years ago, he lived in the wasteland. He knew many of those who are no longer with us. And now, it's time to go back to where he grew up, to meet face to face with those he hurt. Hey survivors, new heroes appear in the post-apocalyptic world. They came from the north, and they are ready to upset the delicate balance in the valley. Meet Hyperborea, the new faction in Crossout. Members of the expedition sent by Hyperborea to explore the wasteland were the first to meet the survivors. This special unit is led by the Mentor, a former leader of the engineers and the father of IVXO. Many years ago, he went to the north, where he infiltrated the ranks of the Hyperboreans, and now he has his own evil plan. In the Crossout update Polar Lights, you will find a battle pass with new parts from the Hyperborea faction, and also the Game Center mode, a co-driver who's really charged for victory, and a map in the winter setting. Let's move on to the most desired element, the parts of engineers from the north. Let's start with a new type of weapon. Here is an epic machine gun Gunganir. This beauty consumes 4 units of energy and can be very accurate. The weapon's rate of fire and spread decrease as the weapon heats up. 3 such machine guns mounted on an armored car can cause a great amount of stress for your enemies. The Hyperboreans have already proved this when they dismantled the scouts of Eric Stahl. The cars of the Polar Explorers have a high cross-country ability provided by the Sleipnir tank tracks. This epic movement part has good speed and resistance to bullet, melee, and flame weapons. Isn't it a good reason for the rest of the factions to adopt the fresh developments? Say goodbye to fire puddles. A few words about power generation. The Hyperboreans have surpassed many others in this aspect. Their latest development is the legendary lightweight generator Thor 6S. Capacious, compact, and powerful, Thor gives 4 units of energy, just like Apollo. It takes up less space, has less durability, and can explode in a very unpleasant way. Hide it better when you mount it on the car. Next in the line is a medium legendary Cabin. The Northerners deftly handle drones and actively use them in combat. Munin is well suited to tackle challenges without engaging in melee combat. Its first feature allows you to lock drones, turrets, and quadrocopters on a specific target. The second one temporarily increases the damage of drones, turrets, and quadrocopters when the perk is activated, but destroys all of them when the perk's duration ends. I can already imagine them taking over the valley. It's a nightmare. Our next specimen is worthy of respect. The legendary machine gun Nothung is used by the most respected warriors of Hyperborea. It consumes 4 units of energy and can compensate for its overheating. The first 5 shots fired after the machine gun cools down deal 100% more damage. The only way to survive in a cold climate is by adapting to it. According to the mentor, nothing is incredibly accurate, and many people in the valley are yet to learn its power. Here's another development related to overheating. High temperatures, that's what the Northerners love. Meet the heavy epic cabin Hugin. In the right hands, it can be extremely effective. When the weapons overheat, Hugin accumulates charges, each of which reduces the cooldown of all weapons. And it can do that 3 times in a row. I really want to weld a couple of nothings and a cooler on the Hugin. Along with the parts, you will also find new customization kits for other parts. Kobold for the fuse drone, and a beautiful hammerhead fish for the Omnibox cabin. The pass also includes structural parts, decor, and customization elements, portraits, stickers, and paints for the most beautiful armored cars of the wasteland. Falcon, Yuki, Phobos, you warmly welcome the updated system of co-drivers. The Polar Lights update introduces Hertz, a new co-driver for energy weapon owners and energy shield enthusiasts. He spent his youth wandering around power plants, which is probably where he learned how to control energy. With the help of Hertz, you can increase the damage of energy weapons dealt to the enemy cabins, weapons, and movement parts of opponents by 30%. But remember that the damage will be reduced by the same amount when hitting structural parts. The talent charges when the armored car is moving at a speed above 80% of its maximum speed. After charging, the next shot will be amplified. In addition, Hertz passively increases the durability of the protective fields and reduces the heating rate of the armored car. Who knows? Maybe this particular co-driver will become your faithful companion in the wasteland. It's time for something truly unique. The Game Center in Crossout is a new way to create modes for playing together. The best engineers of all factions were involved in its development. Create your own brawls, experiment, study their mechanics, invite your comrades. The Game Center features a lot of available parameters that you can customize for yourself. Try them all. The update is already available on the game servers. We will also share more information about the Game Center in the Crossout communities. The Volcano map is a new PvP location for battles in the Encounter mode. This is the first map set in the new Arctic setting, which will be included in constant rotation. Yes, you heard it right. A snowy location that will be available all the time. According to the scouts, this place used to be a scientific station. Now there is a Hyperborean outpost located here. The survivors, who encountered the units of polar explorers, were looking for resources near the mountain range. That's where their first heated conversation occurred. The location features a plateau with plenty of cover and a capture point, a place for melee armored cars. They should be covered by allies on long-range equipment. Also, there are 2 parallel descents connected by a bridge, an extremely dangerous pass. Use the bridge to get to the enemy snipers. Hyperborea is already here, and the Polar Lights update is becoming an important milestone in the history of Crossout. How will the arrival of the Mentor affect the residents of the valley? I hope we will find out very soon. Good luck in battle, survivors!